Hesh, thanks for being here. And Jason, take it away.
Awesome. Well, I'm really pleased to introduce Beth. I mean, most of you already know her. I had the pleasure of actually getting a chance to speak with her, I think was it last week already? Time flies by pretty quickly. She and her family have been in the Valley for over 30 years. One of the funny things she mentioned is that, you know, her kids are now all grown up and out of the house, that quite honestly, the theater has become kind of a new kid for her. She and her husband, Kevin, have owned the theater for about 2.5 years. And one of the things that I thought was really actually exciting about her and really fit with the way we are as a community anyways, is that, and these were her words, that she's a lifelong volunteer. And, you know, that truly is just a passion that you have in your soul. Obviously, the things that you volunteer in change over time, right? Your kids are young, your school, their teens, so on and so forth. But one of the big projects that now she's, I don't know if you're the founder or I didn't know the title of that, but she's heavily, anyways, involved with the North Bend Art and Industry. That's what's being called right now. And you might have heard a little something about that new carousel that's coming into town. So I want to give her a chance to talk a little bit about the theater, maybe some updates that are going on with that. Also talking a lot about the carousel. I'm sure that's where all the questions are going to come. So Beth, take it away.
Oh, Jason, thank you so much. I couldn't have asked for a nicer or kinder introduction. So thank you very much, and welcome you to town too, because I know you're relatively new-ish. So, and thank you, all the lovely Rotarians out there. You guys do such important work in our community. I love seeing your golf tournament, and I love seeing all the grants that you've done, and you were so generous with supporting all the nonprofits through this whole pandemic. So big thumbs up to all of you guys for being such good, generous people. So yes, the theater is definitely my labor of love. I love this historic building, and I will do everything in my power to keep it going for the next 79 years. So it'll be 80 years next year, and we're doing what we can to make it better and fit for the future as well as honor its past. So we love it quite a lot. We will open in phase 3. Don't know when phase 3 will be, but that's when we will open. We are just currently right now just getting by with selling concessions and popcorn every night. So if you're ever hungry for movie theater popcorn, just come on down. We'll get you fixed up. Other than that, we are starting to look at maybe some small rentals if it's a party of under 10. So we'll work out a special deal, a few little birthday parties, and then we can clean. We furiously scrub after everybody leaves, so we get it all clean again for the next people. And I think our big project right now at the theater is our seat campaign that we're running. These are the original 1941 seats. They're cast iron and heavy as the dickens, but they've been through a lot of kids and a lot of action. I just learned that in the 70s, the theater was, their programming choices leaned toward adult films during the 70s. So that was an interesting bit of history there. I had no idea. So yeah, the seats are looking pretty worn and cracked, and so we're running a campaign to try to get those replaced. In 2013, the community came together to replace the digital projector because the whole industry went to digital. So they had to change, and the community did it. They raised like $150,000 to replace the projector. So we're relying once again on our community to have us there. Yeah, so we're just waiting for some new movies to come out in the fall. A lot of things have moved to 2021, but so far Black Widow and Wonder Woman 1984 are still on for this year. So those will be some blockbusters, yeah. So we can look forward to that.
Well, I think you should consider bringing back some of those historic movies as well.
Oh, I would love to. Yes, I love the classics. I mean, when somebody tells me they haven't seen Casablanca, I'm like, oh, your education, what are you thinking? We have to get you into our fold here and show you some of our classics. But yeah, we are experimenting.
That was a fabulous deflection. Fabulous deflection. You didn't go into Steve's gutter. Appreciate it.
No, I tried. Although it would be a very fun gutter to mess around in. So, you know. Yeah, so does anybody have any specific questions about the theater that they might like to ask? Or
Hey,
Well,
yeah, I do. Beth, can you run by that whole seat thing again? Because I know you can like buy a seat, right? Isn't it? You can like, sponsor a seat kind of thing.
yes, we have really donation levels for everybody. If you want to give $25, if you want to, um, you can get a plate on the new seats. The new seats are going to be so much more comfortable, a little bit wider for our wider selves now, and a little bit higher because we're taller too. And we'll have better handicap seating, ones where the arms actually go up so a handicapped person can actually sit in there. And so they'll be really, really nice. You can buy a plate on a seat. You can buy, our big item is a star out front to get a granite star engraved, or you could have an ad up on the screen that you change how often you want for a lifetime. So you could advertise your business for a lifetime. Those are the bigger items though. So most people will be with the plates and, honoring their loved ones in that manner.
and Beth, are those sponsorships, plaques, all those things you mentioned just for individuals and businesses or for community involved nonprofits as well?
Oh, anybody. I mean, my gosh, anybody is more than welcome to have a plaque or a T-shirt. We have a limited edition T-shirt we send out at some levels. It's made by a local artist with original art, and it's just for 2020. So next year we'll have a new T-shirt. So it's a very cool design.
The Rotary Club could look good on one of those seats.
Absolutely, you could all wear it, and you could just share it, and just pass it around. So,
And those
Hey,
are all on
Beth,
the website, right?
pardon?
Those are all on the website?
Yes, they are. All of the different levels are on our website.
So Beth, I reached out by email. I don't know if it was you who responded. I don't recall about the 2013 campaign, and so you're getting new seats. And I asked what it meant to the people who already had plaques on the seats that are there. Are those are going away, right? And you're going to replace them with these new sponsorships?
Correct, but we do want to honor people who, generously donated back then. So we can either save your plate and send it to you, and then at a much discounted rate give you a new plate. Or, and yeah, I didn't know if you were asking about the plate or the actual seat, because we will be selling the actual seats at some point too. So yes, no, we love our sponsors, no matter what year you sponsored or what owner you were under. We love you all. So you're all part of our community, and that's the important thing.
Steve's going to buy 2 seats to relive the 70s, right, Steve? Okay. Well, there's probably tons of questions about all of that. And like you already mentioned, going to the theater website, it's a great resource. Like them on Facebook, because Beth does an amazing job on social media. But I know we've all seen pictures about the carousel. We're very excited to know what's happening with the Art and Industry Center, for better lack of names right now. So maybe tell us a little about what's going on over there and how did it even come about?
So gosh, I don't know. I think it was back in 2014. I purchased 2.5 acres on the other side of Public Works in North Bend, and I was approached by several developers, and I was kind of thinking about that. But then I just wanted a place where the community could enjoy the property. I didn't want to go in a different direction, and I thought, what brings people in a community together better than art, where you can explore, you can see. I'm an art appreciator because I can't do art very well, but I love art. I mean, I think it really makes a town kind of sing when you have an active arts community. So it came about then, and then at this time, Leroy was actually involved. He did a draft of our site plan, which has now morphed and grown into a lot more. But he was also instrumental in helping Tanner Electric donate their oh shoot, I forgot the year.
Locomotive train station, whatever they call it, locomotive building.
Maintenance.
On our
Yeah,
middle
it's a
Yes.
maintenance
property.
building. Yeah.
Maintenance
Yes,
building. Thank you.
yes. Oh, I think it was in 1929 or something. It was a locomotive shed. It was like the last one of its kind. And before they put in their substation, they generously donated the building to me. And we moved the whole roof structure in one piece down the road on a cold November night in, I think, 2018 it was. And we just walked it down the whole way with police. And it was like a little parade late at night. And we got it onto the property, and it's sitting on the property right now up on blocks. So we're just waiting to put walls under it and all that good stuff. On the property now is also a 1900 farmhouse. And so let me, if I could share my screen with you for a moment, if that would be all right. If I can do it. I would like to show you.
Right at the
What?
top, the 4 buttons. There you go.
How's that? So this is just
Perfect.
a real crude overview of what the property will look like. If you look here, this will be North Bend Way on this side, and then up on the upper side, that will be Cedar Falls Way. And these are all the things that we want to include on the property. The locomotive shed will become our fine arts barn, where you can do painting and sketching and drawing. Over here by the 1900s farmhouse, this is for writers, and we hope to sponsor writers and have authors come in to speak and have writing groups. We'll also have an area which will be just for the hot arts, such as glass blowing, welding, metalworking, woodworking. That'll be all in one area. Over here right now, this is kind of morphed into more of an outdoor concert area. Valley Center Stage, we would like to, they want to join on the property, so we'll create a space for them to have props and a stage, and we'll host concerts and outdoor plays. And of course, the carousel. We got a donation of 1929 Denso carousel mechanism, and a board member, Deb Landers, went down and collected it in 2 trips down to California. It's been stored for 40 years in a pistachio farm, but we brought it up, and we're creating a carousel committee right now. And then finally, we'll also have a public market. So the artists who create on the property will also have a space to sell their wares on the property. Did you have any questions about the general overview of what we have in mind for the Regional Center for the Creation of Art?
No, but if
And
you're
yeah,
looking
just
for
kind of-
volunteers to help get that carousel running, I'm more than willing.
You got it. Well, yes, we're looking for volunteers. We're forming the committee, so absolutely. And it's going to be such a work of just art. I mean, to be able to carve the animals, we'll have different families and different groups sponsor an animal. We already have a family who signed up. They want to sponsor a bear, and they'll get to have input on the design, the painting of it. It'll be professionally carved. We're working with a carousel down in Albany, Oregon. They're going to kind of be our mentors on the process. So we're really looking forward to that. And to give you more of a more close-up view of what the property will be, these are some renderings. We hope to have a number of these tiny studios so that artists, for a reasonable fee, can rent out a space to do their art, and you can walk by and watch them as they create their art. This is the writer's house, and we're thinking maybe we'll put quotes on the outside of it or authors' names. This is the hot art area. So it'll have a lot of hardscaping out front, and then the furnaces and everything will be inside. And public market, which will be a great place to just gather and eat, which is a favorite pastime. And then, of course, we have our beautiful carousel that we'll be restoring and putting back together. And this is it. This is what it looks like, kind of looked like back in its heyday when in the 20s and 30s. This is a similar drawing to it. It's going to be big. It's like 60 feet in diameter.
Now, Beth, are you going to put that inside a structure? Is that going to be indoors? The
We
carousel?
think it will be, yes, but with retractable doors
Yeah.
so it can be open in
Opened
good
up.
weather.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we want it kind of attached to the public market. Um, so that'll be just a fun thing to do. And we really wanted to create a space where people feel welcome. People of all ages and abilities can come in, create art, enjoy art, and just have a place to hang out, listen to music, eat some good food. You know, whether it's rainy or whether it's nice, this will be a place for families and our community to come and gather. So, and
Well, Beth, you know, if you don't have a theme for the carousel, feel free to go for Mary Poppins. I mean, that's one of the most iconic carousels ever, right? So, you know,
that's
duplicate that. Yeah. A couple of questions for you though. Number one, is there going to be any area that could actually be used as a meeting space? Because, you know, I know we look around when we look for our meetings and locations and things. That's kind of a thing that's lacking in the valley. You know, with the new hotel probably being the biggest, or maybe the casino, obviously. But is there going to be any opportunity for groups to use it for meetings or events or things like that? Is there any space for that?
Yes, we really want to make all of the buildings serve more than one purpose. So either as venue rentals or as meeting space. So for instance, the Writer's House will definitely have space for meetings and group talks. And we want each building to be able to be flexible in that way to host multiple groups. So
Nice.
yeah.
Well, that'd be very helpful. And then the second question I had is regarding the public market. Is there any thought or possibility, because it's indoors, about being able to do maybe even like a year-round farmers market kind of idea? I mean, there's space, it
Oh
looked
yeah.
like, maybe to do something like that.
Oh yes, definitely. Now we'll have the smaller restaurants and the coffee shops, and we would love to have year-round farmers where they're selling cheese or a butcher or their winter vegetables. Yes, we want to support. I mean, you know, there's culinary arts which you'll have with your restaurants. We want to have an incubator restaurant so people can learn how to do it before they go out on their own to do it. And yes, we would love to have year-round farmers markets there. So
Cool.
my model for the public market has kind of been, well, of course, there's Pike Place, but there's also Pybus Market, which is in Wenatchee, and that has a similar look and feel to what I picture in my mind when I think of a
I love
year-round
that
public
market.
market.
That
Isn't that
market's
nice?
amazing. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it's super fun, and
Yeah,
that's
and
kind of what I picture.
you kind of mentioned a butcher. That's one thing that North Bend is definitely lacking.
I know. Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be great?
I
Like
actually put
Cleveland
that in my
has two.
survey, Leroy.
Did you? Good. That's good. Well, I would agree with you. I mean, it's a long drive over to Cle Elum to
Well, hey,
Owens Meats.
on the bright side, we got a Dollar Tree coming, so just think of that.
Mm.
Sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So were there any questions or anything I can answer for you? I mean, we are at just the beginning of our development of the property. So we expect to have our final site plan by the end of this month. And then we can start meeting with the city about getting the developer's agreement and moving forward from there to actually put a shovel in the ground, maybe. So
So
Yeah.
Beth,
And obviously it'll be in phases, just over time based on a master plan then.
yeah, so Beth, I want to
yes.
leave
Yeah.
room for anyone else who maybe actually have a question, but could maybe you talk a little bit about maybe how you envision a partnership or what we can do, Rotary, to help support and be a part of and promote, and how can we help you?
Oh, well, you know, I do want, if I could do a shameless plug for a moment on we are having a virtual fundraiser like everybody else in the world, but ours is slated for August 24th through September 19th. And it's an online auction, and then we'll have a live auction on September 19th. And what's kind of fun about our live auction is that we have an improv actor and a comedian hosting it. So, and a live stream. So I think that'll be fun. I'll be there trying to keep them under control. But the comic sold out the theater last year. He's Andrew Rivers, and he's the son of Bob Rivers, who was, I think it was KJR, he was a disc jockey. Super funny. He's got a big national following, and we're lucky that he's around and agreed to help us out with our fundraising. So
Great. So, well, Beth, any information you have on that, feel free to send it to me or Jonas. We'd be happy to send it to the club. But
thank you.
aside from the shameless plug, anything else we could do to support you?
I would love to have Rotary be a presence in whatever form that you feel is comfortable. Eventually it would be great to, of course, have you sponsor an animal on the carousel. We're going to have a lot of different naming opportunities. Maybe the shingles on the Writer's House will have families' names on it. We're thinking of doing copper shingles at some point on the Writer's Shed. So that'd be great to engrave those with family names. So yeah, we'll have, and of course the bricks and pavers will have opportunities for family names too. We want everybody to be a part of it because this is such a legacy project, something that'll be around for many, many years to come. We want all of our families that are here and our citizens to be a part of it in whatever way they're comfortable. So, yeah.
Any other questions from anyone else?
Yep.
Well, seeing none, Beth, I want to thank you so much for being a part of this meeting. We welcome you to stay, obviously, if you want to. Obviously everyone knew you, so that goes without saying that you mean a lot to this community, and we support what you do. And thank you for taking your time with us.
Oh, I really, really appreciate it. And anything that I can do to help Rotarians, I'm always on board for that. And I just look forward to all of us building a really art vibrant town that makes it a better place for us all to live and retire to. So
I think it's pretty cool. I think it'd be a really, really great thing for the community. I'm a huge proponent of art, and it'd be cool to have this. It'd fit perfectly in a little town like this.
Wouldn't it? I so agree,
Yeah.
Leroy. I'm gonna have to tap you on the shoulder here, Mister.
Yeah.
And it's great, this image of what she's got planned, but how cool would it have been if that carousel could have gone to the heart of downtown, right? I mean, that would have been just such an amazing thing too.
Yeah, it is, but the heart of downtown is going to change.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
it's slowly changing, and development like this in the location that it's in, that starts to create, that starts to create another center in the town, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I may have thought of that when I picked my office. Who knows?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, awesome.
Well, again, thank you very much for allowing me the time to speak with everybody. I really appreciate it. Hope it didn't bore you too much, but
No, it was awesome.
Big things. So
Yeah, it was awesome. Beth, thanks for coming and telling us a little bit about it. That's great.
well, thank you very
cool.
much. I'm gonna go hawk some popcorn now. So
There you go. All right, thanks.
and please contact me if I can do anything to help.
Okay, well, yeah, we definitely will. Thank you.
so much.
Thanks for all you do, Beth. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.